Rob. Leave a message. Happy birthday, Michael. I'm barbecuing smoked ribs, Caribbean chicken, grilled ravioli kebabs, and sweet grilled summer squash. See ya.
This is not a drill.
It's time to grill.
My buddy Mike, it's his birthday today, and I'm throwing him a bash, but I promised him. No balloons, no cakes, no frilly stuff.
This is not a drill.
Beautiful beef ribs. Take a look at this guy. Three things I love about beef ribs is take a look at that beautiful fat in here, that bone, and the most important part, that beautiful meat. Take a look at that. Once this guy's slowly smoked, you're just gonna, but first, I gotta rub these guys. And this is a really simple rub. I've got some chilies in here for a little bit of heat, a little bit of cumin for that nuttiness, because I just love these combinations together. And some sweet, smoky paprika. This dry rub is just gonna infuse into the top of that beautiful beef, but I need some brown sugar in here just to sweeten it up a touch. Woo-hoo! And just a touch of pepper. Mix this all together. But before you put it on those ribs, make sure you give it a little taste. Mmm, sweet heat. I love this stuff. Ribs, get over here. Just start rubbing this in. These ribs are rubbed right up now. These guys are gonna go with a coffee espresso barbecue sauce, just to wake the old man up a little bit. Now get these guys into the fridge for 4 hours. Just let all those flavors set up. These are gonna be so tender once they're smoked. Whew, but first I wash my hands. All right, just give my chicken a quick pat dry. It's always good to wash your chicken. Make sure it's nice and clean. Give that a quick pat dry. Now take a look at this chicken. This is beautiful stuff. I've got rich, lean meat underneath that. With just that beautiful skin plus the bone in. I love chicken thighs. They're really underutilized, but perfect for this recipe. I just quickly ground up some peanuts here. Nice and fine. And I love these little flavors I'm gonna play with. I got some chilies to heat this up, and I'm gonna put a little Caribbean twist on it, Robbie style. Oh, a little bit of cayenne, and Robbie's gonna make this a nice little Caribbean rub. Because Robbie's a Caribbean guy, this gotta be a Caribbean rub. A little bit of cinnamon. A little brown sugar to sweeten things up just a touch. Oh, yes. Some bay leaves. Just get 2 of these guys and get them into a spice grinder. Also, add just a few of these cloves. That's just gonna add that beautiful woodsy flavor to it. All right. Now this is blitzed up really well. And this, my friends, this is a coffee grinder. Don't use it for coffee once you've ground a few spices in there. Just use it for your special little spice blends. Get this in and mix this around. This is looking really nice. Still not finished, though. A little bit of nutmeg, and a little bit goes a long way. Just grind that in. Just love that smell. Whew. And that's enough nutmeg. Mix this around again. Just give it a quick little taste. Mmm, yeah, man. That's Caribbean now. Just get this on top. Just pat it right on top. This, my friends, is gonna be a wonderful little crust. All right. All right, this is done. Just like the ribs, get this into the fridge for 4 hours. This is gonna be awesome for the birthday bash. 50. Whew. It's my buddy Michael's birthday party. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Take a look at these ribs. These guys were in that dry rub for about 4 hours now. I can just see those chilies on there, and I know that brown sugar is just, ooh, it's gonna taste great on the grill. But I gotta make a few smoke pouches for these guys. And I'm using my best friend, mesquite. I'm using 2 parts wet, 1 part dry. That wet just smolders for a while and gives it that beautiful little smoke. This tinder, this is the dry stuff, just starts smoking right away. Just fold this up and poke a few holes in it, because that'll enable all that smoke to get into that meat. All right, it's time to get these heavy beef ribs right onto the grill. Now, before these guys get on, you gotta set up that barbecue. Make sure you turn it on and make sure it's rocking hot, because that's very important. Smoke pouch, just get that onto the hot side, close the lid, wait for smoke, and then I put my ribs on. There's a little mesquite in the air. Time to get the ribs on. I'm gonna use indirect heat to cook these beef ribs. These guys are just gonna smoke in that mesquite for 3 hours. In about an hour and a half, just come back and change the smoke pouch. That way you'll get maximum smoke. Just close the lid down. These guys have no heat directly underneath them and just moderate heat on the other side. About 220 degrees Fahrenheit, about 110 degrees Celsius. In an hour and a half, come back and change the smoke pouch. These are gonna be tender. All right, my chicken just sitting in that peanut rub, and my ribs right now slowly smoking in that mesquite. And this, my friends, take a look. This is some onions and some garlic, which I've just sweated down just to make nice and soft. What's gonna make it a barbecue sauce? Barbecue sauce, but I'm gonna twist it a little bit, Robbie style. Just get a little bit in here. All right. What's gonna make it nice and hot? Hot sauce. Just a couple shakes. Now this stuff is inferno. Little bit of Dijon mustard for that beautiful pepperiness and the color that it adds. For a little acidity, just a little champagne vinegar for some tartness too. Oh yeah. And last but not least, just a little espresso coffee. This is gonna add a wonderful rich flavor to it. Nice and nutty, that beautiful coffee flavor. Stir this around. Just get this back onto an open flame for about 15 minutes. Let it bubble away. This is gonna be awesome for that birthday party. It's my buddy Michael's birthday party, and I'm throwing it in style this year. Take a look at this. This is that beautiful espresso barbecue sauce just percolating away for about 15 minutes. Gotta give this a quick taste. You can taste that rich coffee and that beautiful barbecue sauce and all those heat elements. This barbecue sauce is gonna be so amazing with those ribs that are slowly smoking in that mesquite. Oh yeah, but I gotta go get my chicken now. This chicken has been sitting in this dry rub for 4 hours now. That peanut, the cinnamon, the cloves, the nutmeg that's been grated over top, lots of heat. This is ready for the grill. Oh, just love the smell of mesquite in the air. But that's working for my ribs right now. Time to get this chicken on. Now, chicken, I'm gonna use indirect heat to cook this chicken. That just means no heat directly underneath it. Oh, and I'm gonna turn this barbecue into an oven. Now, drip tray, get this in. This drip tray is gonna act as a little protector here. Got a lot of fat in that chicken, and I gotta give it a place to go. Now, this is the most important part of barbecuing. Some beer. Pour this right into the drip tray. This is gonna steam up and add a beautiful little bit of moisture to this chicken. Get that in. Oh, yes. Close this all back up. Turn your grill on now. Now, before the chicken gets on, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper on here. All right, grill is on nice and high, chicken goes on, right over top of the drip tray. Close the lid, 220 degrees Fahrenheit, about 110 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. This is gonna be good. All right, take a look at these guys. Summer squash. I got a patty pan, I got zucchini, I got a regular squash. This stuff is all great. Take your zucchini and just slice this down the center. Take the center right out. I'm gonna stuff these guys with some pine nuts, some basil, and a whole bunch of other ingredients. Just scoop this out, and they're gonna go right to the grill. Really important when you're scooping out anything like this. Don't puncture the base, because the cheese, that's gonna run right through. And my friends, I just want a nice little boat in here. Now, time for that filling. Clear a little room for myself, and I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. I've just soaked these guys in water till they got nice and pliable again. Just nice and moist. Give that a quick squeeze. Squeeze out any excess moisture. Just give these guys a quick chop. I've got a few more ingredients to chop up. I've got some basil, I've got some chives. Just gotta chop these up and get them into some room temperature cream cheese. Oh yeah, and I'm still not finished. A little bit of lemon zest just for that zing. Now make sure you get only that yellow stuff, none of the white stuff. That white stuff's really bitter. Just a little bit of the juice to put in there too. Give it a quick roll, a cut, and a squeeze for even more zing. Start mixing this around. This is looking really good. Gotta take a quick taste though. Got that nice little zip to it, but I got one more secret ingredient. Some pine nuts. Take a look at these guys. Got a wonderful little resin taste to it. And it's gonna add a wonderful little crunch. Just get this all in. Oh yeah. That's looking great. Just mix this around also. Oh, that's looking beautiful. Zucchini. And just get this right in the center. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful already? Now, I may not be the best at math, but this filling plus the zucchini equals tons of flavor. Now, for patty pans. Yeah, I know I said patty pans, but these guys are great on the grill. Just give them a quick slice. Now, patty pans, they're just like another summer squash. These guys are great. Now for a little dressing for these guys. A little bit of sherry vinegar, just splash that in the bottom. And a little bit of garlic, just to round out all these flavors. And you know Robbie don't cook without garlic. Ha-ha! Just mix this around now. Mix, mix, mix. Just add a little bit of oil, just to bring all these ingredients together. All right, that is it. But you gotta give it a quick taste. The right amount of tartness and that oil to coat it. Just get these guys in and mix them around a little bit. Oh, yes. Just toss. Before I get to the grill, just get these guys into the fridge and let them set up. Patty pans, squash. Oh, can't wait to celebrate. I've got some people coming over for Michael's birthday party later on today, and on that grill, I've got those big beef ribs just slowly cooking away. The other grill, I got the chicken just slowly cooking. In the fridge, I've got those beautiful patty pans and those zucchini stuffed with that beautiful cream cheese. And take a look at these guys. These guys are raviolis, and take a look at what I'm gonna do with them. Got a little bit of prosciutto here, salty Italian cured ham, and I love this stuff. But watch what I'm gonna do. Gonna get it all prepared before I get my ravioli in here. Just line these up. All right. Now my raviolis, I just quickly blanch these guys off in some boiling salted water, and they're nice and tender right now. Just get this in and fold this right up through the center. This way you have the sides exposed. Take your soaked wooden skewers and just go right up through the center. Now for some onions and beautiful mushrooms. I've got some scallops and I've got some shrimp. My scallop, these are 10-20. That just means 10 to 20 of these per pound. This is a 21-25 shrimp. That just means 21 to 25 of these per pound. Now with the scallops, just make sure you peel off that extra muscle here. These shrimp, these are gonna look great. And I'm just gonna make these guys into a little yin and yang shape, and I'm gonna get these onto the grill too. Take my soaked wooden skewers and run them right through the center. Almost like a little lollipop. Now here's a special tip with the scallops. If you want those beautiful sear marks on them when they get to the grill, pat them dry. You want them nice and crispy when they hit the grill? Do this step. Get these guys into the fridge, let them set up, then I take my chicken off. All right, my chicken's been on for 45 minutes now. Time to take a peek. Oh, yes. You can just taste that beautiful spice on here. Those peanuts, the chilies, these guys are ready to come off. Just give it a quick tint. Allow these guys to get nice and juicy again. Now take a look at this. Drip tray. All that fat is dripped right down into this drip tray, saved my barbecue, and that beer inside just steamed up and perfumed that chicken. Next, my kebabs go on. But before they go on, take the drip tray out, turn the temperature up, and give this a quick scrape. Just cleaned my grill, and I'm giving it a quick spritz. Just a little bit of oil, and any oil you got will work here. Just make sure nothing sticks to your grill. Just wipe that down. This is looking great. First things to go on are my zucchini. That beautiful cheese inside, I just want a little bit of charring on that. So get these guys onto a hot grill, and just allow them to char up, and then I'm gonna move them up one shelf. Ha, yeah. Got a little bit of charring on the zucchini? Get these guys up onto the top shelf now. What's gonna happen is that's just gonna allow it to melt nice and evenly, and that cheese is just gonna get bubbly good inside. For the rest of these guys, you gotta go in the order that they're gonna be done in. These guys are gonna take the longest. Just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper on the mushrooms, and just make sure you get a little bit of oil on them too, because you don't want them sticking. You just want them to char up really nicely. Get these guys on and just allow these to char up. Those onions are gonna get nice and sweet. Oh yes, they're gonna taste great. Raviolis with the prosciutto. And they're only gonna take a couple minutes. The prosciutto's gonna crisp up really nicely. Just give those a couple minutes, then I'll put my shrimp and my scallops on. Just gonna get my beautiful lemon here, give this a cut in half, and just squeeze this right over top, and a few fresh herbs. Just squeeze it right over. It's gonna wake those flavors up. Oh yeah! This is why I love barbecuing. Just let that char up. I'll give it a quick flip. While these guys are cooking, I'm gonna take my ribs off. My ribs have been on for 3 hours now, and I changed that smoke pouch about an hour and a half ago. Take a peek with me. Oh, yes! This is ready to come off now. But I gotta take a quick taste. Ooh. And nice and tender too. Just come off, guys. Oh, this is looking great. Just give these guys a quick 10, just like you're wrapping a present. Oh. Just make sure that these guys are nice and juicy. Gives me just enough time to get my kebabs off. If you pat dry your scallops, you can get beautiful char marks just like that. Oh, yes. These guys are great, and they're not overcooked either. Just press down on it, nice and spongy. You know these guys are cooked to perfection. Now, take a look at that prosciutto. Beautiful, nice and crisp. These guys can come off to the side also. And these guys, the zucchini, these guys are looking great. The cheese is melted really nicely. All right, this grill is nice and clean now. Before I get my patty pans on, just make sure you give it a quick oil. Drizzle, 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 and wipe this right onto the grill. You don't want anything sticking at this point. Now squeeze a little bit of lemon on top, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Toss this around. Oh, the garlic is in there, the sherry's in here, vinegar. Just get these guys down and char them right up. They're only gonna take a couple minutes or so. These patty pans are done to perfection now. Still nice and spongy in the center, which just means they're nice and cooked. Oh, yes. Hey, Mike, this one's for you, buddy.